when sometimes I just want Junior to have his limelight. It's not your time.
Yeah.
And then with Nigel Benn, he's a lot more chill in that sense or whatever.
He plays
the role and lets his son do what his son needs to do. But what I appreciated more so from even though it was like family ties between the two of them, and the two fathers versus each other in their heyday, and now the two sons are taking each other on, and they'll probably fight again. What I appreciated was Conor Benn lost, but the hug he gave his dad, because that said to me, there's a lot of respect there as a confidant. Like, I've lost, Nigel could see proud.
He was proud.
Yeah, you could see from like, I'm not gonna call Conor Benn a child or a boy, but you could see the young man in him when he hugged his dad. Yeah, because I think Conor Benn's younger than.
Yeah, he's like 28, I think.
He's younger than me. And you know the one too I haven't seen yet, Night Agent, and I heard it's really, really good.
The first season, I really liked. Second season, I'm struggling to finish.
First series comes soon.
Huh?
First series is coming out soon.
What do you mean the first?
Third.
Oh, the third.
And I need to finish watching You.
I'm struggling with it.
I was dying with laughter.
That was very crazy. The structure of the sentence was mad. I need to finish watching You.
Wait, guys, am I on camera like this? Am I on camera like this?
Yeah. I like Gabriel. My bad.
Yeah.
My bad.
No, but it's not. No, it's the name of the thing, isn't it? So you can't. There's no thing nothing around it. But it's funny still.
No, you know the worst one. My brother, every time the video comes on, them keep whining and says, "I'm mad." Yeah, we're through to the semis. I beg your pardon. I'm trying to on him. But yeah, he said something the other day. He said, "Nah." There's like, Kai, what did you say? There's like, bro, fuck off, bro. I messaged Kai the other day, yeah, because you met me. I was like, I sent him the list. Like, my striker who originally I was playing left back, right, yeah, now has 22 goals in 18 games.
22 goals. Your striker, so he was originally left back.
No, I put him as a left back.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, and he was scoring from left back, and then I moved him up front, and he just scores 2 goals, calls a brace. And then I wanted to make sure he finished the top goal scorer because the other striker in the league, they finished all their games and he has 23.
Yeah.
And my striker has 22. And then the other striker I had, he was scoring, but you see when you're playing against physical teams, it just weren't working. It weren't working kind of thing. Wrong option.
Yeah.
It's the wrong option. Like, it just went, ooh. Is that Somerville?
Yeah.
Alright, cool. I'm ready when you are.
I know it's recording.
Oh, shit. Mad. Didn't even know that.
Man.
This is episode 229.
Yeah.
Of the DC podcast with myself, Grace, you in the studio to my left.
Drinks.
Behind the camera.
Gabriel.
Kay will be returning soon.
Kay.
She's not feeling well. No, she's got some life stuff going on and she's not health's been a bit up and down, but she'll be back soon. I'm going straight into this episode because this topic's been making me laugh all week here. Boom. Mark.
Yeah.
Do you think if I put you in a lineup with 99 other men, you can take down a gorilla?
No.
A silverback?
No. I get my head rocked off, boy.
Rocked? Pause. Bro, listen. The gorilla, listen to the word, will eradicate your entire being.
What are you gonna say?
Nah. I think
you got a better
this
chance.
This is what I'm saying. This is honestly how I feel, yeah. It depends on your squad.
Fuck off, bro. No, stop
it. Hear me out.
Bro,
who you gonna have in your squad? Bonnie Blue.
Allow it.
Oh my God, that's crazy. That's the insanity. But if you have
safe. Go on.
Quality. But if you've got a team full of ice smeshers, yeah. So you've got a team full of Dagestani fighters, Khabib Nurmagomedov, anyone with Nurmagomedov, Imavov, all them kind of. If you've got a team full of them people,
Chechnyan war heroes.
Yep. Dagestani, Chechnya, all of it.
Man's old KGBs.
North Caucasus Mountains.
He thinks old KGB is blitzing. Nah. You know what?
This is the thing. This is why I would say that as well. Yeah. Now, what people think would happen is the gorilla would clock each person one by one and would deal with one person and switch his focus to the other. Then do it. That's probably not going to happen. It's a gorilla. gorillas, they're not going to have the IQ to keep switching to 100 people. It's not really going to be like that.
Yeah, but 100 people.
No.
Furthermore,
I drink. Finish. I've got the bottle.
Furthermore, right now, my thing is, if they can rush if it's in an open field and they can rush the gorilla, yeah, then it's possible. Because furthermore, I even believe the gorilla would run away, because I've seen videos of gorillas running away from birds. So I think if 100 people's charging that gorilla, bro, the gorilla's running away. I've seen videos where you can have like a tiger bullying.
Wait, can I ask you a question? Yeah. Do you think you could punch up 100 7-year-olds?
100 7-year-olds?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So yes or no question? No.
No.
Because I have a rebuttal to your stupidness, but I just want to ask. Do you think you could punch up 100 7-year-olds?
No, but I've got something even better than that. Do I think I can punch up 100 7-year-olds? No, right? No, sorry, 100 7-year-olds.
Yeah.
Yes, right? Yes, because of IQ, right?
Okay.
However,
I have no.
No, but there is one that I use as an analogy.
I have a rebuttal for why the gorilla wins.
Yeah, but before you get onto that, yeah, because what I was saying to my guys, right? Pause. I said, look, everyone's talking about the gorilla being five times stronger, blah 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 blah. And I said, look, what separates us from the gorilla is IQ. At the end of the day, that's what puts us on another level.
Also separates.
Furthermore,
aligns both of you. Aligns the two of you. Aligns the two of them.
What?
The word fear.
No, but we're
no, you can't reduce all factors, because all it takes is for my man to do that Donkey Kong spin and slap 3 people on their forehead, and man them start backing up.
But we understand animal psychology.
No, we don't.
Animals understand our psychology.
Keyword. Do you understand? 2 words. Animal instinct. Yeah.
But gorillas run when they're like, I've seen videos of gorillas being attacked.
Yeah, but guys, we're not.
We're
not talking about
gorillas. Silverback.
We're not talking about.
I've seen silverback. Yeah, but we're not talking about.
Yeah, but guys, we're not talking about gorillas running. We're just talking about 100 man versus a gorilla.
Can I argue? I need to argue one point. Yeah.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah. You see it in the initial thing. Yeah. If you just dropped the silverback gorilla, yeah, in. Because they even AI'd this, which I thought was hilarious.
Yeah, I see. Yeah.
If you dropped a silverback gorilla there, first few shots that my man throw at my man, oh my god. First few shots that my man throw at the gorilla, he's gonna be confused.
Yeah,
but then when the gorilla realizes what's going on and starts throwing hands like Goku in a yardie dance, bro, it's a long day. Like, I'm not saying, don't get twisted. I'm not saying humans aren't gonna get their licks in. My problem with this is, man, them who feel like they can eclipse the silverback, yeah, it's ego. They don't really believe that. That's the first part. Second part of it, yeah, go and look at the physiology, right? Yeah, go and look at the physiology of a silverback, yeah, the density of their muscles, the size of their arms alone. The word I used earlier on was eradicate. Do you know what eradicate means? You know when you get a machine gun, yeah? Like when you watch the film like Expendables and you watch a caliber bullet leave a gun and it eradicates someone's shoulder clean off their body. That animal has the capacity to eradicate someone's skull off of one swing.
Yeah, but then... The bite is this, right? The bite is this, okay? So... If we're gonna... Okay, I said to my friend, yeah, who would win in a fight between you and 100 rats?
I don't like rats, so the rats win.
So I think the rats would win.
I don't like rats, so the rats win.
And I said the same thing. I said, I believe in a case of 100 rats, I believe the rats would beat me.
Split is fucking you up.
Even though I'm probably 50 times stronger than those rats, right? It doesn't matter.
Not all together.
No, exactly. No, but that's what I'm saying. The gorilla isn't stronger than all 100 people altogether. It's stronger than one person. 5 times stronger than one person. But also, I'm going to throw another thing at you then, because if we're talking about gorillas, it's pause. If we're talking about gorillas,
that's insane.
If we're talking about gorillas,
time.
If we're talking about gorillas, so that means, do you feel as if 100 guys could take on one grizzly bear?
No.
One black bear?
No.
But then black bears, but this is what I'm saying though, black bears run from humans.
Have
when
you seen
humans
the
make loud
claws
noises.
on a fucking bear?
So this is what I'm saying. So we have to take away stuff like fear. Because if
You stop it.
No,
Gabriel,
because
stop
black
it.
bears. No,
Stop
I'm
it.
saying
You're
black
being
bears
naive.
run.
You're being dumb.
No,
you're being dumb. Respectfully, you're being dumb, bro.
I'm saying we have to because
What?
black
You
bears
think
run.
all these? You think all these humans are gonna be? There's gonna be no fear on them.
What, when it comes to bucking a black bear?
Just in general.
No, but I'm saying people. No, but understand people in America live amongst black bears.
No.
So it's not like.
My argument isn't.
But they're stronger than everyone.
No. That's not my argument here. Yeah. Because there's sometimes you come across animals where humans we play with tigers like a normal.
Yeah.
My argument is not that. In this argument, you cannot negate fear because fear itself, man them can go in. We've seen man them go to war, PTSD, rah. Everyone's brave until they get banged in the face.
But then
if you see a man get boxed, I'm talking like Michael J. White, Mike Tyson, step out, man give man the lethal blood and bone, prime type like them Buluf Bath bands.
Jaw clean off.
Yeah. Do not pass go. Boom bam bye connect. Them pumps, yeah. I don't care how brave you are. You see a man's face get absolutely smushed. It's like Homelander. You're not bucking a man after you just give a man the home truth in man's jawbone, bro.
This is what I'm saying, yeah. This is what I'm saying, alright? So the gorilla would have that same fear as well. The gorilla will have that exact same fear also. So,
but humans without weapons are getting bopped. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but then the gorilla would also have fear.
Remember, you had to say Dagestan, Chechnya. You had to prefix what it was.
Course. Yeah.
100 people, strong or not. This could have been the world's strongest man. You're getting flogged. What's that? Camp Flogno. It's done.
I'll back my chances, and ChatGPT supports me. ChatGPT.
Gabriel, you don't be quicker than me. You're getting absolutely.
No.
You're getting lambasted,
no, but here's the thing.
Bro.
We're attending on that night. On that year, we're attending 40 funerals.
40.
Yeah, at least.
I'll tell you right now. Minimum. 97 man are getting blitzed, and 3 man are gonna find their IQ and go home. 3 men are going home. 3 men are going home. 3 men are going home. 3 men are ducking, bro.
That's crazy.
They're ducking.
You know this gorilla needs to have stamina to kill 97 people. How is this possible? A gorilla to have stamina to kill 97.
See, when you said fear, have you ever been chased by a dog before?
Younger days, yeah. I wasn't scared.
When you got chased by a dog, yeah, I guarantee you, when fear kicked in, you were willing to run forever to avoid that dog.
No, 100%.
Okay, cool. So why do the same rules not apply?
No, 100%. But at the same time though, yeah, if it came down to fighting, yeah, my gas tank would go, bro.
Hey yo.
My gas tank. That's what they call it in boxing. My gas tank would go, and let's be honest.
Get your bridging, bro.
Let's be honest.
Mark, get your bridging.
More time,
get your bridging. Get your bridging, bro.
No, him and his gas tank.
More time when you're running away from a dog, yeah? The truth is, yeah?
How many times have you been chased by a dog before?
Many times.
Same. I guarantee you.
But I'll tell you something, though. If you notice when you get chased by a dog, the dog never catches you.
I've been caught, bro, and I got bitten.
Dogs aren't trying to... No, 9 times out of 10, if a dog is chasing you...
I don't know what dogs are like in Lucian, but dogs...
9 times out of 10,
I don't know what dogs are like in... I don't know what dogs are like in Lucian. When I was getting run down by dogs in Brixton, trust me, that dog was trying to bite me.
Not many dogs...
Don't run! It's a polite dog, bitch. What do you mean, bro?
The thing is, I've never come across a dog. The only time I really hear about dogs attacking people is police dogs. But I've never been chased by a police dog. But I wouldn't want to.
What? Alsatian? No, I'm off.
I definitely wouldn't want to be chased by them police dogs and them. Yeah, no. But yeah, the staff, that the old school half staff, half pit.
What, the lockjaw ones?
That they say has a lockjaw. Like they always say that. Like this doesn't exist. No type of dog. I had one of those dogs at Tyson. Did not have a lockjaw. And whenever I raised my hand at Tyson,
man on the planet.
Whenever I raised my hand at Tyson ran away. So it's like dogs. For a dog to chase someone. Yeah, 9 times out of 10 they're playing. They're not really chasing.
That's it.
Playing, you know?
Well, look at me,
I'm not standing.
But there's only ever been one dog in my lifetime I was scared of, and that was a Rottweiler called Murphy. But anyway,
I love Rottweilers. My name went after Robocop.
Shout out the Harris family.
My named the dog after Robocop.
But Murphy was something wrong with Murphy still. Something was.
Talking about fuck it, I'm changing the subject. See, talk about being chased, yeah. Right, so
Nah, being chased by a dog now, I wouldn't even bother running. Bro.
Imagine being chased by Conor
chill
Benn.
me, innit? By Conor Benn. No, I can't lie. He's an intimidating guy though. Because I just think
with a
something about him
beard,
is loose.
with a beard, he looks like he's not right in his head.
Do you know when I knew?
He looks like the tap pictures you see then.
No.
Without the beard.
No. Do you know
when?
when he looks like he's tapped? When he did the hairstyle, slick back, like Devil Jin.
I know what you're talking about.
That's not normal. What black guy does that? Oh, you know the hairstyle I'm talking
Have you
about?
played Tekken before?
Yeah,
Is Devil Genius?
you don't
You
know,
are
but you
dumb.
know the hairstyle, man. So, let me even get the picture for you.
I said Devil Genius. So
Nothing
dumb.
about-
Yeah, I remember when he rocked up with that. I was like, what's going on here?
This hairstyle is
What is going on here?
When I tell you, yeah, I said, you know the biggest pro. I don't know what the dynamics is between Eubank Senior and Junior. Yeah, you know the biggest. Oh my god, that's hair.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro. That's
Yeah.
not normal.
Can you do me a favor with this? If you can, Gabriel.
I'm gonna
can
put
you,
the picture in the
Yeah.
100%.
that hairstyle.
Insane.
Bro, why
Only a maniac.
does he look
No,
like?
have you ever seen that?
Only a
Bro, he
maniac.
looks like John Barfield, bro. He looks like a guy who plays Punisher, but as a
A
military
normal
person.
person
Curled at
can't
the
do
back.
this. Bro, it's insanity.
Why does his hair grow like that? His hair texture's mad.
Bro, look at his.
He looks like Fonzie, bro. From Happy Days. What's going on?
Fonzie, you know?
And the thing with someone like this as well, he looks like he's I know you know these guys like these. I'm light skinned guys on ends back in the day. You know, it's like there was some that were always overcompensating. They had to be too evil. They didn't, even being evil wasn't enough.
Oh yeah, like,
They had to be the extra.
Them guys used to.
Them one-
you see
yeah.
around me? No. So I'm not going to say his name on pod, yeah. So I knew from ends. I knew him from young, innit? But obviously his older brothers were tapped and he was cool. Then one day he just switched. I don't know what happened, yeah? So then I remember one time we was at football and I think one of the youths was like, bro, stop grabbing me and we'll bang your face. So you kept grabbing him and my boys headbutted him, innit? The youth left.
Headbutt, you know.
But he pre-warned him twice. Like, stop grabbing me. Yeah.
I used to think that
well.
black guys don't headbutt.
No, he headbutted him. He headbutted him. So the youth, that I know, the tap one, this is when he was like warming to get tapped. He left.
Graduating.
He left and come back with a borer in it.
Yeah.
So then, didn't see the shoot for years. Went jail, came back here. Bolo. You see around, man, the poker face was so clean, my aura felt uncomfortable around him every single time. Something about him made me feel uncomfortable because I was like, I don't know whether this you is firing on all cylinders.
Yeah.
Them people, when I like feeling comfortable in any environment I'm with. My aura felt, you know, when you got radio waves and they start doing record-teng-teng. I was like this. I don't know what this you's on, but I don't feel comfortable. Yeah. So yeah, same with Conor Benn. You see before I go back to Conor Benn, yeah. The one thing I like about Chris Eubank Jr. is when his dad's not around.
Yeah.
I got to see what his personality is like. Because before, Chris Eubank used to talk bare, and Junior used to be quiet.
Yeah.
And then where's that? One-liners, wittiness, everything. You get to see his personality. So that's the best takeaway I've seen in the last 2.5 years, yeah?
100%.
And he calls out Eddie Hearn for the crook he is.
Yeah.
Calls out bare people, which I like.
Yeah.
Conor Benn looks like comes across as the most evilest human being on the planet.
No, 100%.
The way he fights, man, yeah, like his life or death.
Yeah.
Like his dad.
First form of human being on the planet.
Yeah,
like Randall Savage. Like he fights, you understand what I mean? He fights like me. Like what's that mystical lyric? If you ever see me fight a grizzly bear, help the bear. Like he fights like he's on Sagatting the bear's eye out, bro. East.
I can't lie. Speaking about the fight alone, it's probably one of the best boxing matches I've seen for a while.
Oh, it's the best one.
About 5 years. In the last 5 years.
Because
in the last 5 years.
It didn't
the
stop.
Klitschko Joshua one was up there, but this was
Oh hell no.
Klitschko Fury one was well.
No, the first.
No, Klitschko Fury one was well.
I didn't like that. Klitschko Fury was too much.
But from the round one all the way to the end, it was just like a battle.
Do you know what I really like? Right, and this is what like elite boxers. This is what you see. You see elite boxers do. Mind games, right? So Conor Benn,
Shout out,
his
Spray.
Conor Benn's mentality is, I'm gonna get in a ring and I'm gonna take his head off.
Yeah.
It's gonna last. Conor Benn was saying 2 rounds.
No, he said about 4.
I think Eddie Hunter under 6.
I called 8.
Yeah.
I said it's not going full round. I said
I said Chris Eubank was gonna win.
I didn't know it was not. I couldn't.
But the reason why Chris Eubank did something that, if you speak to your brother, he'll know about it. Is elite boxers do this, right?
The jab.
Yeah. So as soon as Conor Benn's come out, he's come out thinking I'm gonna. Chris Eubank has matched the intensity, but just caught him with the jab. So he's trying to move forward, and he's getting popped.
The first round, I gave it to Ben.
The first round, Conor Benn won the first round, but you know what it was? You see, every time Conor Benn went to swing,
he threw the left hook.
He flinched forward and then threw the hook.
Yeah.
And then Chris Eubank Jr. clocked. So then every time he kept doing it, drop off, jab. Drop off, jab. He was killing man with that jab,
he was
bro.
doing something as well where what he was doing was Chris Eubank was throwing a check left hook.
Yeah.
Because he knows Conor Benn's coming forward.
Flinch
so
first,
he's
bang.
throwing the left, and even though the left hook is missing, it's just warning him, hey, listen, if you keep doing this,
you're gonna get jabbed.
Yeah. I'm gonna clip you with. So that kind of, so you can kind of see it was a bit uncomfortable for Ben when he went back into his corner. But then, right, I think it was the 3rd round.
You couldn't the way the ring was. Even the way
round,
ring, you couldn't control it. You couldn't even control
him a few times.
You couldn't even control the ring because it was so quickly.
Yeah.
It was like nothing was done. Nothing was fought in the middle of the ring. It was fought like on the ropes. It was like,
you know why? Because
it was smaller.
No, it was a smaller ring, and you see the thing in the middle of the vinyl.
Yeah.
It was messing up throughout the whole. All the fights were slipping. Yeah. So they would have been told, and they would have seen the previous fights. Yo, listen, kind of box round them. But I just like the way it got to a stage in a fight where there were so many swings, because when I think Ben rocked him in the 4th round, and that's when I thought, okay, yeah, it's over, innit? The weight cut has got to Eubank, he's gonna get chinned. But
he recovered quick.
He recovered very quick.
But he done the same thing to Ben.
And he done the same thing to Ben in the later stages, right?
Ben did well because he used the ropes and he put his arm up straight away.
They both did well. Literally.
None of them wanted to go down.
What did you call the fight?
What did I call it?
I called it. You see, I think last 3 rounds was last 2 rounds was Junior, but it got close. And then I saw the scorecard and I was like, before I saw the scorecard,
I didn't like the scorecard.
I called a draw. I called a draw.
I gave it Eubank comfortably.
My brother gave it to Eubank, but he didn't say.
I wanted Eubank win.
He said it wasn't
as unanimous
as the score.
You know what it was about the fight though? What was so great about the fight is it wasn't an easy fight, but then boxing is judged in a way where even if a round is tough,
it's clean hits.
But exactly, the clean hits are gonna.
So like, if I jab you and I block, and it's like the way Mayweather boxes, because the way Mayweather used to box, no one liked it. And then when he went from Pretty Boy Floyd to Money Mayweather, and he changed the way he boxed, and the guard and the pad work used to do it, you got to land hits. So man are fringing, his chin's tucked in, and they're hitting shoulders. It's not clean hits. So when Floyd's going bang bang and he's catching man clean, them jabs are just pointing. And I know people don't like it, because I remember before, I used to be a Hatton fan, and I didn't like Floyd. Then I saw man chin man out of his britches, and man thinking was hit the turnbuckle.
That was levels.
I said raw.
The check hook.
I remember I was at a house party. Bang. We turned off the music and watched that fight.
Yeah, no, that if you ever want to see the best boxing performance ever, I would say best boxing performance ever, watch these 2 fights: Mayweather versus Gatti, and Mayweather versus Corrales. Rest in peace to both of them. But the beating he put on them was so, like, even watching it, he's landing 4 right hooks in a row, 4 right, like it's straights in a row. There was one of them. The gums were so swollen. They're trying to get the thing out.
The guard man
stuck in them. They can't get it out.
The reason why even growing up, Tyson was one of my favorite boxers.
Yeah.
Because Tyson, when you look at heavyweight boxing,
I even loved his entrance. Tyson's entrance. No music, just came black everything.
Bro, his first year of boxing, man fought 7 times, bro.
Yeah.
Anthony Joshua did that.
It was a throwback.
What I liked about Tyson is he wasn't a tall heavyweight. He's like 5'10".
Yeah.
And the peekaboo style,
yep.
The way he used to just weave in and out, the way he used to uppercut, man.
He was light on his toes, man.
The way he used to bro. Remember when he was doing the exhibition at 54?
Oh, Roy Jones Jr.
never seen a man move so quickly
Hurt his ribs, boy.
in my life. I said, bro, thank God he's mellow now. Because the guy who was the monster back then, he might punch up a couple, man. But no, for a showcase of boxing, I loved it. It wasn't a fight I really cared to watch.
I think it's hit over. They're saying about 1 million pay-per-view.
But then do you know my takeaway of the match and what I love the most? Gabriel was like, obviously black Jamaicans can be like happy about that. That wasn't my takeaway.
Fathers.
Yeah,
but that's part of, because you don't get this stereotype that African men don't get, which is kind of annoying. Of the whole father situation, right? And that's a joke.
But then some people say because they're mixed race, it don't count and rah.
But it's a stereotype anyway that I don't like, because the truth is it's a washed up narrative that Jamaican men don't care about their kids or they leave their kids and I don't think going to go to the shop and then come back. All that is nonsense. It's just nonsense that people use to divide people. So I don't like that. I sent you a post once, and it was talking about laziness of
parents.
No, I was talking about laziness of Jamaican men. It was a woman. It was like one of the female podcasts. One thing about Jamaican men is like, shut up. You're just talking crap. You're just talking. It's boring now.
It is dead.
It's mad boring. Like I think that kind of showed like fathers are important. And
it was a beautiful image. I can't lie.
Even the way I think, I liked, like obviously there was the issue between senior and junior, and then I said, "Oh, I want your dad to be here," and then man turned up and did up stylish. I think my biggest pet peeve about senior is he's always sometimes made it about himself.
Yeah.
So I think that's one of my biggest issues with him. When sometimes I just want junior to have his limelight. It's not your time.
Yeah.
And then with Nigel Benn, he's a lot more chill in that sense or whatever. He plays the role and lets his son do what his son needs to do. But what I appreciated more so from even though it was like family ties between the two of them, and the two fathers versed each other in their heyday, and now the two sons are taking each other on, and they'll probably fight again. What I appreciated was Conor Benn lost, but the hug he gave his dad. Because that said to me, there's a lot of respect there as a confidant. Like, I've lost.
Nigel was proud. Like, he was proud.
Yeah, you could see from like, I'm not gonna call Conor Benn a child or a boy, but you could see the young man in him when he hugged his dad. Yeah, because I think Conor Benn's younger than.
Yeah, he's like 28, I think.
He's younger than me, and I think I met you back years ago. He's a couple of years older than me, innit?
Yeah.
So, well, not a couple, he's a year. So even
35.
then. Yeah, he's a year above me. I don't know when he turns 60, he's a year above me.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. So even then, when he's he gave his dad a hug, I just looked at it, and for me, it sounds weird. It's a beautiful thing just to see a connection of grown men who have great relationships with their dad. What's that guy? He plays football as well, and he's got a TikTok. He's got a podcast about his dad. Oh my god. Oh, he's Congolese, you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, him. Oh, the man is my guy's cousin, John Wick.
Yeah, and he's got a podcast about his dad. When I tell you, hearing grown men talk about their dad in such a great limelight, it's a lot. It's such a beautiful thing.
100%. It's not something we hear a lot of,
or see a lot of.
I think it's more. I hear it. I don't see it.
Don't see it. Also,
because the negative takes over. That's why.
Another good thing about that as well is if you notice, right, when Chris Eubank Senior came in stepped in the ring, the first thing he did, he went to go hug Nigel Benn, lift up his hand.
I love that.
He was hugging up Conor Benn, and it's like that kind of showed me. Listen, it's not that personal. Don't make it. And I think that was a touch of class from.
He's a classy guy. He's just
I also think it was mind games as well. I think it was.
Yeah, my son thumped up your son. Bro.
Yeah, I think it was also. It was no. Before the fight. It's before the fight.
Oh
yeah. So this
even Ben said he would love it for him to be there.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Would you embrace in a hug or whatever?" Blah blah. He goes, "It depends what Chris comes, isn't it?"
Yeah.
And I'm glad that they shared a hug or.
And
whatever.
there was that confidence, but after Chris Eubank did that, I knew there's the confidence that Chris Eubank Jr. is gonna win. I think what he did, in a way, it was good. But
it disarmed him.
It disarmed him. That's exactly what I was going to say. It disarmed him.
It
took the aggression out of him.
It didn't take it away from Connor.
But it was the mind games. That was what it was intended to do. It was to ease up a bit, man. It's not cool. But then when the fight started, the aggression came back because he's obviously the devil. But either way, like what Chris Eubank Senior did when he stepped in that ring, I respected it because it's like a lot of us we seem to forget, man. They're prize fighters at the end of the day. And they're only fighting each other because money's on the line. That's the truth, right?
That was a grudge match, though.
Yeah, no, but even but they made it out to be a grudge match. But
no, Connor fought like it was do or die, bro.
To Chris Eubank Jr., it wasn't.
No, not to Junior. Yeah.
But to
that's why everyone.
Connor,
that's why everyone said that, and the reason everyone's like, I didn't. Junior was raw, but I said I didn't know he had that in him.
Yeah, he did train for that.
So then that to me tells you that from a Connor Benn aspect. Everything to him was all personal.
Personal, yeah.
Whereas Chris, it was business. It's different.
Do you know what I love about the best thing about the press conference, like before the fight?
And he's talking about his brother, and he's like, "Oh, shut up."
Oh, that was funny. But there's two parts that were funny, right? It was when Chris Eubank Jr. said, "If I gave your dad the benefit of the doubt, but if he puts his hand on me again, he's not gonna get it back." That was funny because it's like, all right, that's a direct threat to his dad. And also, when Nigel Benn was talking about the way Conor Benn was flogging people in sparring, Chris Eubank Jr. had the ad libs. It was like, yeah,
I heard that.
It was like, I remember that in the 5th round game.
Junior is hilarious, bro.
No, he is.
But one-liners, I see him years ago. Like the year I went to a place with my cousin. We got jumped coming out of a club. Was the year I met Chris Eubank.
Okay, that was
And I had to throw hands, bro. I had a fight since. I don't want to fight again.
Was he watching from sidelines?
I don't know where that guy was.
Sign this guy up.
Like if even
Here's my car. Come to my gym.
bro, I'm good. I'm too grown to be throwing hands. I don't like throwing hands.
I show you had to improve that duck.
Yeah, that's what that move. The shoulder roll was nearly there.
Well,
No, fight is long though.
Nah,
Fight is long.
I ain't
As a grown
fighting
man,
nowadays.
I'm not Immortal, bro. We ain't trying to do that. Speaking about Immortal, yeah, I want to ask Gabriel a question. You know what an Immortal Classic is?
What would you say?
I'm talking about Immortal Classic music.
Isn't timeless music?
Alright, cool.
Yeah.
So I'm going to play something,
Yeah.
and I want to hear your opinion, everyone's opinion in this room. Well, I had it loaded, and then, the internet in this room is a bit booky still.
Yeah, if you need to connect to...
Well, I am connected. It's still moving booky.
What
Cool.
network?
But I don't know. Shit. Alright, cool. So, we're about to play this now, yeah? Where are ya? Yeah, here we go.
Creating a piece, breaking down. Imagine creating a piece of art that good that we don't even want nothing else from you. Which artist has an album that you would have been okay with as a fan if they never dropped another album ever again? Name the artist and name the album. Nothing else would have came after it. And when you answer it, it's considered the artist's catalog. If you might have needed this second album, or if you never needed it again.
I got 2 of them off top.
Alright, cool. I don't mind. I don't mind.
Boy.
Can I go first?
But you see, with a couple of mine though, that was the reality where they just dropped one album.
That's fine.
So
can I go first?
Yeah.
As much as I love the life of Pablo, if I don't get my dark twisted fantasy, anything after that I don't give a fuck about.
Yeah. Okay.
And that includes Life of the Party with Andre 3000. But it went on an album. But yeah, everything after my dark twisted fantasy can go in a bin. I don't care.
Yeah.
You're naming R. Kelly.
No, not even a R. Kelly one.
Man's bald. He just keeps dyeing his hair. It's hilarious.
It would have to be. It's recent artist. It would have to be YG. My Crazy Life.
That's a great album, by the way.
Fantastic. I'd never expected it. I was so shocked that he could even make an album like that.
Really?
Yeah, I was shocked because I rated YG as like a party rapper, like not that
I'd
he makes
really
party
be
songs.
smoking. Yeah, well, I'd really be drinking.
But the whole album had a story to it, and it was just how he got put on.
The other thing is, YG can rap. He can rap.
He can. Why do you think that he can rap? And I think that album, I kind of slept on him because pause, crazy, very mad, very very mad.
It's you, Gab, isn't it?
Yeah,
Oh
that's
no, no, no.
But
no.
but he
Oh no.
yeah, it's mad. But yeah, no, that album,
Sensational.
that album, that album was a great album. Like he made one thing he knows how to do. One thing he did well with that album is paint a picture very well of West Coast life and how things are in the West Coast. And I always talk about like West Coast artists are good at doing that. So, for example, a song that paints the perfect example or the perfect the perfect day in West Coast life was Ice Cube. Today was a good day.
Great song.
Yeah, you can listen to it from the start, and it just takes you through it, and it's like, oh my days, yeah, I feel this LA spirit, like yeah.
The documentary too, though.
That another great album. So yeah, man, yeah. YG My Crazy Life, I have to give it to him. Yeah,
I've got two on my head. Got Eric Robertson Left. Love the album to bits.
Yeah.
So anything he dropped after that, I'll be like, I'm fine, I'm cool, I can live with that.
Yeah.
And it's out of these two, it's either Dog Pound, Dog Food. Is it Dog Food? Their first album.
Yeah.
For me, it's a classic for me. And Snoop Dogg, Doggy Style.
Yeah. Wait, whoa. Doggy Style's an exceptional album.
Yeah.
Everything after that.
I think it's his best album.
Yeah, because it's an amazing album, but everything after that, even the album with Sexual Seduction, all that, you don't want to hear it.
I don't want to hear the album.
Like
Sexual Seduction album was poor.
The collabs with Pharrell and all that.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like.
No, you want it.
If I had to pick a masterpiece album, get it. That's one of my masters. I can always go back and listen to it.
Hey, when I get my friend. Hey, man. Old bastard.
But that's what I can think of right now.
I'm trying to think. It's going to sound mad for me to say this.
Oh.
And it's weird for me to say this year because I've gone back and forth like this. Kendrick Lamar after Damn. I can take Damn up to Damn.
Really?
Don't get twisted. Don't get twisted. I love Kendrick's Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. I love it. But I only love the album because of where I am in life. I think Damned is probably Kendrick's best album. So you're taking
out GNX as well then?
I love GNX, but I'm trying to say in general, Damn is probably his best album.
That's the one with Father Time.
No, that's Miss Morale.
Yeah.
Miss Morale. Okay, which one's Damn again? Is that
DNA?
Humble?
Yeah.
Humble.
Okay.
Loyalty.
Yeah.
That's probably his best album. Best complete album. Good Kid, Man City. If I think GKMD, I would be pissed. Do you know what songs I miss out after that?
Yeah. Tough one.
That is a very tough one.
I've got a very easy one. Bryson Tiller Trap Soul.
Yeah. That's his best album ever.
Even though his last one he dropped, there's some bangers on there.
I'm okay with him stopping.
But
I'm okay with him just the Xabi Alonso picture. Yeah. I'm happy. I'll take that.
I got one more. I'm trying to think.
Oh
yeah, J. Cole up to Born Sinner. Everything after that, I don't care.
Yes, everything after that.
Actually, no. Forest Hill Drive is his best album, but Born Sinner is my favorite album.
Drake album, the Drake album with the baby picture, the blue.
The Drake album where he's sitting on the top of the thing.
Views.
Yeah.
I could.
That's got Yebba's Heartbreak on there. What?
I could have done
that. Hasn't. That's Yebba's Heartbreak is on the Certified Lover Boy.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh no, it's got the one with what's that group called? Division.
The DVSN, Faithful.
The interlude.
And it's got Pimp C on it.
No, there's a song with, and it sounds like guitar string. It's a guitar string song. Keep talking, I'll find it.
You think it's all mine, the way I took it.
No. It's just like a.
You think it broke down, the way I push it.
Wait, I'll find that.
You're Drake impression.
That's what he did. That's literally what he did.
Must say the way I push it. Take time.
I think I push it.
So you take the gallon, yeah?
DVSN. What's the DVSN song? It must be Faithful.
I'm trying to find it.
It's Faithful, yeah.
It can't be, bro.
It is with Pimp C. And
it's an interlude. I'm trying to find this interlude.
And they sing. It's like.
I'm wrong. It's Major Jordan.
Oh man,
it's not a Drake song.
No, it is. But it's Major Jordan.
Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, that's not the video. That's not the video.
No, that's what I said. Major Jordan. I'm wrong. The one thing I'll give Drake here plaudits for is interludes are sick. The
Omarion one.
Bria's interludes,
cold.
like his interludes will always be cold.
Yeah, very good.
And that'd be the most glazing that guy gets off me. Cool. Right.
No, wait. When he's straight rapping on them like soulful beats.
So we said no. So me and Mark
Drake.
had this conversation on the way here about
I
love his timestamp records.
Give me Drake without the ghostwriting.
No,
because that's
and
still
that's what Mark said.
ghostwriting.
So then 8 AM in Charlotte.
I've heard the reference.
8 AM in Charlotte is one of my favourite timestamp records.
Yeah, 100%.
I love his timestamp records, but he was like, no.
Even when he did Western Road Flows, put a sampled soulful beat and slow the beat down. Drake can really rap.
Mark's on hate watch, so he's not hearing.
I don't like his voice.
Some DMX.
I don't like the way he dresses. I don't know the way he looks. Literally, I've never been the biggest.
When did Drake get this much hate? Because growing up, it was
because people are sick and tired of his shit.
When Drake put out Headlines, bro, the world was going crazy.
You know, I think it is as well.
So I don't. And when he put out,
it's his formula. It's his formula, guys. It's the same.
It's not though.
It is.
I don't have Mark's old man gene in it, but I have an idea of why it is.
Call me old man. I don't give a shit.
Do you know what I think it is? Like, as a consumer, I'm younger than Mark, so it's different. I think purely it's oversaturation. So you know where like
give me a break.
I forgot about. You see where before in hip hop, like you've got Jay, you've got Nas, you've got DMX, you've got Jar, you've got 50. Like you've got an array of different types of artists. There you've got Little Baby, you've got Little Pump, you've got The Baby, you've got that thing. Everyone wants to link up with Drake because you know that's the stimulus pack, innit? So what ends up happening is, because you've monopolised the market, it's hard to hear anything different because that's the market.
Yeah.
So then when he's not making songs and they don't make the same, people looking at the Lil Babies, not really sounding, you've got the tune with Thug and Future, yeah, it's cool, but it's not, you know what I'm trying to say? You want something that's going to get you like either jumping or stink face or whatever. I.e. why now it looks like Drake's been dethroned and Kendrick is the number one, but you still want variety.
If we're really gonna look at it, yeah. In terms of it's a bold comment, but I stand by it, right? If we look at rappers that have been able to make collabs, hit songs, I don't think you're beating Drake.
But I'm not arguing.
Because even look at
we're not saying that.
We're arguing two different things here. No, I'm not talking about collaborations. I'm saying purely for the fact of he's monopolised the market because he was the guy, right? He still has the ability to be the guy, right? Yeah, he was the guy, and then that stuff mixed in with collaborations, it works. The problem is hip hop as a whole, because he monopolised the market. Nobody now wants to stand up and do their own thing. They're waiting for something to happen. You see what I'm trying to say? You monopolised the market so much that it was like Drake and Friends. So it can't be like, okay, Lil Baby, then Dirk, then Thugger, then Future, then Migos. Like, you had different sections where people were doing their own thing. Now it looks like, because he was the main person, and it looked like he was king of the hill, now he's been taken down a step, or a peg, for example. It's hard. Nobody else really wants to jump out and be like, okay, let me just go and do my own thing. It's like people are scared to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I get that.
I'm not arguing collaborations here because I still think he's got some of the best collaborations ever. I think Rick Ross and John Legend got great collaborations together. But that's not my argument. My favourite collaborator is probably Max B and French.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
And then the Coke Boys mixtape in that era. Do you know what I mean? But the era, like, what I'm trying to say is that's not the conversation I'm having here. I'm saying purely because of how the market's been monopolised by him over the last 10 years, hip-hop music has got lazy. Also, it's become, right, got bun out of his britches. Also, what's made it worse now is, when you're looking at it, and you're looking at, when they say the big three, which is really, in my opinion, a Fantastic Four, right, yeah, because people always ignore Future, right, yeah, Future's in that, it's a Fantastic Four.
Are we going to do Mount Rushmores? Because I want to
He's in a Fantastic Four, bro.
Really?
Future's in a Fantastic Four. It's not a big three, it's a Fantastic Four. Because if you're talking about numbers, impact, and everything else, bro, he's in that, bro.
Who would you put then? Top 4. What's your Mount Rushmore?
Of this era.
Yeah.
Future, Drake, Kendrick, J. Cole.
Future, Drake.
And then the tier below that.
Future, Drake, Kendrick, J.
Cole. And the tier below that is Meek Mill, Big Sean, and Wale.
No, Tyler.
Tyler don't care about the things like that.
No, but I'm just saying, Tyler.
Tyler's in the last 3 years though, as in big songs. Like Big Sean's got the big songs. Meek Mill has the big songs. Wale's got the big songs, and he makes great music. I think Wale makes better music than those two.
I'm taking J. Cole out of there and I'm putting in Travis Scott.
But I wouldn't class him as a rapper. I just argue rappers. He's a musician. I wouldn't say he's a rapper.
I mean,
he's an artist.
If it was to win
he's an
awards,
artist.
But yeah, I get what you mean. With this new phone, how do you put things on silent?
On the corner.
Yeah.
Corner.
Oh no, I've done it actually. I've just done it. So, another guy that people kind of disregard as well was Travis Scott. Oh no, but he's not Kanye West, but he's a generation before, kind of.
Yeah, that's we're talking 2010 up, so it's 09 upwards.
Young Thug can slide in there.
I wouldn't put Thug in the same conversation.
Not as
it's like when French Montana said he's got more hits than Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah, to run that back.
And even Young Thug laughed at him. He's like, you ain't got more hits than Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah, to run that one.
More
back.
hits than Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
You see what he's trying to say. He's probably trying to say like club hits. He's probably trying to go for, I've got more club hits than Kendrick Lamar, which you probably do.
He doesn't.
But no, club songs. Yeah, he makes all the shit.
It's not his beats. There's something on his beats. They're like, like mixtape era.
He ain't got solo songs.
Yeah, it's like mixtape.
But he's counting. Counting everything.
You see that mixtape era? Yeah. Some of them songs aren't his beats, bro.
Of course they're not.
So that's why you can't include them.
But then even if we forget the mixtape era, we think about actual singles that he's put out. Like for example, Pop That. Unforgettable.
Minus Unforgettable is not his song. I swear that's fucking Sway Lee's song.
Ain't that his?
No, it's his song.
Yeah. And most of that's Sway Lee. It's Sway Lee, bro. No, it's his song.
No, but
most of that's carried.
No, but that's the point. I agree.
Name me a French. All the songs by himself. Thank you. It's like Jeremiah, bro.
Yeah, I agree with that. But I think he's just saying as a whole.
No.
As a whole, I would say he's got more club songs.
Max B's got more club songs. Got more club songs than you.
No. How many club songs does Kendrick have?
Enough.
They're Not Like Us.
Humble.
Loyalty.
Swimming Pools.
Yeah. Loyalty.
Which one's that?
Loyalty.
That's a club song.
Peekaboo.
It's a club song, bro.
Peekaboo club song. I wouldn't.
Do you want to run through?
It's not like a pop.
Bruv, it plays in the club.
You said club songs.
Now you're
for fuck's sake. You said club songs.
Shocking.
You said club songs. Remember?
Okay, hits no.
You said club songs.
Okay, club. Okay, if we're talking club songs,
cool.
French has more.
No.
If we're talking hits, Kendrick of course has more. I'm willing to say that.
You've named 2 French songs.
Okay, cool.
I'm not a French fan.
Fine. Mona Lisa.
So how do you know they go off there?
Because I remember being in clubs and hearing French.
Mona Lisa, Lil Wayne and Kendrick can be added as a club song. You have I love bad bitch fucking problems.
That's not Kendrick's song.
He's on it, bro.
Yeah. Oh no.
Oh, just his song.
Yeah, like
right, cool.
as in like his actual song, because that's
fine.
ASAP Rocky, you know.
People remember his lyrics more, but okay.
But this is the thing. It's even a pointless claim for French Montana to make because Kendrick Lamar Kendrick Lamar don't make songs for clubs. He makes real music. He makes music that can be played in clubs, but he's not making music for the clubs. French Montana,
Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe.
Actively.
That plays in the club.
Backseat Streets are ding king king ding king king. Money Trees, Poetic Justice. They play in clubs. Swimming pools.
But it's not clubs. So, like I know what you're saying. There's a difference between playing in clubs and club songs that are hits. It's like, for example, Bands Will Make Her Dance is a hit.
Oh, you're talking about those type of things.
Yeah, I'm talking about that. It's a hit. And I'm not, it's no disrespect to Kendrick. French Montana shouldn't even, like, that's not a comment he should even make.
No, he has to run it back.
It's kind of embarrassing to make that comment.
Because he run it back. Because he knows he's wrong.
Either way, it's a silly comment because Once again, Kendrick makes good music that can be played in clubs because it's good.
Can
This
we talk
guy makes
about what
music.
you wanted to talk about?
What?
Because then we're talking about music here.
Yeah. What part? Which one was that?
The situation you're in.
Oh, you know, yeah. I mean, we can touch into that. We can get into that, man. What I will say is just a long story short. If you are a songwriter, if you are running an independent label, make sure you have contracts in place.
Yep.
On top of making sure you have contracts in place, please make sure you've got split sheets.
Oh yeah, facts.
Please make
Split sheets.
Mm-hmm.
Please make sure you've got split sheets. Because you don't want to end up in a conflict later on or a dispute later on where someone can claim you didn't say this.
I was thinking, what? Free, man.
Yeah. Where someone can claim you didn't say this, and you did. Or where someone can claim you didn't write something, but you did. But yeah, I would just say, like, being in the music industry for the last, I would say, like, properly for the last 4 years, as in seriously for the last 4 years, I've learned so many things, but I'll say within the last year, I've learned the most I would ever learn. When you see stories of artists coming out and saying their labels did them dirty, when you see like a Megan Thee Stallion having issues with her label, I think Carl Crawford.
She signed a stupid contract in the first place.
Now, whenever I see all these stories, right, of artists, I used to be on the side of the artists because I used to think, yeah, man, like they're the ones with the talent, so they're the ones being used. And then until I started doing this myself, and I'd realized how much has to go into it from a label side, especially if you are an independent label. For example, the label that signed Megan Thee Stallion, independent label. Megan Thee Stallion wasn't the biggest rapper, but this is someone who's had to invest millions into Megan Thee Stallion, hundreds of thousands before she's even known by the world. And now when she gets to that stage, it's, I don't need you. You didn't do anything for me. All you've ever done is take my money.
Also, I remember Rick Ross saying it's harder to, and I'm not trying to say this in a misogynistic way, it's harder to have a female artist than it is to have a male artist because it's not just solely music.
Yeah,
you're paying for like nails, hair, makeup.
Clothing.
You're paying for a lot. The excess is a lot higher than a normal than a male rapper. So you're literally investing in their image as much as you're investing in their music.
So throughout my time in the industry, seriously, I've worked with male rappers and I've worked with female rappers, and I've conducted music videos for both, right? And for a male rapper, all you would have to do is get a stylist, maybe, that can loan some clothes for them to wear, or if they've got a good wardrobe, they can wear whatever they've got, or you can actually just collect stuff from people you know and do things yourself, get them a trim or shape up, and they're good to go, right? So if we're talking about how much you spend on that, it wouldn't go more than £100. Yeah. Now, with a woman, even on the lowest level, I've had to pay £70 for nails.
You're paying almost £5.
Yeah, 100%. I've had to pay $40 an hour for a makeup artist. I've had to pay $50 an hour for a hairstylist to be there for the shoot. So like $50 an hour, so half a day. I've had to pay like £200. If they're there longer, $300, $400. And I'm talking, depending on the hairstyle, once the artist does a take, the hairstylist might have to fix something and cool. These are all the things involved with having a female artist. If you think you're someone that can afford all of those stuff, go for it. But just a warning,
you may not recoup.
And you may not recoup. And depending on the sort of contract you signed, right? I'm in this situation now where technically the artist knew that all the money we spend on those things has to be recouped. However, the artist has found a loophole in the contract which states before any money is spent, a written agreement has to be signed. The budget has to be signed. Now, if you're in a situation like me, for example, I've invested, we've calculated it, and I can be as fully transparent.
About 4+ grand.
So within 4 years,
Yeah,
we've been
business.
tens of thousands, right? But in the last year, it's been basically just under 8K. That is money we are no longer recouping because the artist found a way in the contracts to use the contract to their advantage, to where we don't have to pay that. We can't recoup that. Now, here's the thing. Luckily for me, thank God I'm in a financial situation where £8,000. I'm not going to fight you over £8,000. You can have it, because I'm not prepared to go into a battle with someone for 8 grand legally or even illegally.
Oh no, I'm fine.
I'm fighting. And obviously, but remember, genders and so it's techie, but I'm not prepared to do all of that for 8K. But yeah, man, I feel as if like there are a lot of lessons that I've learned in the industry, especially in the last year, that a lot of people will be able to benefit from.
Does it ruin the relationship with you and the artist?
It will never
Be
it just can't be the same, because especially someone like me. So you lot know me personally to an extent. I'll say you lot know me personally.
I'll be real. Right. You and I are very similar with how we handle disrespect. Right. So I know purely on how you are. You're not a stubborn person, but when it comes to disrespect, like there's no grey area.
Someone like me doesn't deserve it. Someone like me doesn't deserve disrespect, because you know me. I'm the nicest guy when it comes to... You see, if...
you bought us food, bro.
Bro, like, for me, it's like...
Twice. No, but you done it twice.
Yeah, no.
For me, for me, it's like, I do this. I do it for this person every week. I'll pay for their travel to the studio, pay for their travel back, buy them food, lend them money. The artist didn't have a job. At a time, I employed the artist and was paying them to help me do something minor. I make sure I'm there as mental support for the artist, give the artist money whenever I can, birthday gifts that are worth quite a bit. Everything I've done for the past 4 years, right, because of maybe a disagreement or something, it's okay, you haven't done
it's forgotten about.
You ain't done nothing for me,
blah,
blah, blah, blah, blah.
As I've also said as well, you got to understand, the age we are and the age she is, maturity is not a thing. Hindsight's 20/20, bro. So, like, even now, it's one of the ones where, like, as she gets older, it may not be recognised now, but she'll be like, you know what, I could have handled that in a certain way. Yeah. You know what I'm trying to say?
I don't even think like, because for me, it's like because even when I spoke to her parents when I first met them. For me, this isn't my artist. This is like my little sister. This is like my child. When I think of like all the things I've had to do, and all the things I'm doing, right? This isn't just an artist, because this is someone I've brought from I've started from scratch with this artist, and it's taken patience, it's taken sacrifice, it's taken love, it's taken money, it's taken time, right? Actual care. So for me, I always say, right, whenever someone that does so much for me, or someone that's on my side offends me, right, I always take a step back and I weigh it out and I'll say, okay, cool. Is this person being malicious? How important is this person to my life? What has this person done for me? How is this person usually? And I never judge people based off the bad things they do. I judge people based off all the great things they do. And so if they make a mistake, I count it as a slip up. So that should show you how hard it has to be for me to be...
See what you said. I'm similar. I tell people, I don't judge people. Like, I'm not a judgmental person. But when it comes down to it, I judge people on their actions when things are going bad. So like
you learn a lot
when you're under pressure, how you talk to people, how you manage your emotions, how you generally function when things ain't going well.
Yeah.
Like, so if it's like, okay, cool, Mark's always been like one of my biggest guys to make one of my biggest heroes and make sure things are good and whatever. And then something goes bad. I'm like, you know what, Mark, you're a pussy. You didn't believe me in the first place. Mark's like, Rob, what? Like, is that what we're doing? So then you're doing that. Then if Mark's now like, oh, okay, cool, that's what we're doing. That's why for me, it's always a situation of, oh my Lord. Right, yeah. If it's me, and it's a situation where I'm like, I put myself in a situation where I'm like, okay, cool. I feel aware about something. I'm
Yeah.
quiet about the way I feel about something, and then someone decides to kind of take liberties, and I've kept my mouth closed, and then they paint me as the bad guy for me being quiet, even though you've done the wrong.
Yeah.
For me, the conflict resolution lets me know this is done.
It's done. Yeah, it can't. Yeah.
Because you can't. One, you can't see where you're in the wrong, and not even that.
It's public now.
Yeah, you can't see where you've got in the wrong.
Mm.
You continued. This guy's still playing. You can't see. You can't see where you got in the wrong. You've put me in a predicament where not only are you disrespecting me, you're doubling down.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And then me being quiet, you're even continuing the efferys.
Yeah.
By manipulating the situation. I'm cool.
Do you think it's worse when it's brought to the public as well, like online?
100%, because once again, you don't know me, very private. I don't have like a public Facebook open to the world. For all the accomplishments I have or done, or you never hear me publicly talk about things. You know, someone could have a business and they're online all the time. I have a 6-figure business. Follow me and I can show you how to do it. Yeah, you would never catch that from me. I just get on with life, innit?
Yeah.
I like people who have great businesses, and you know the brand, but you don't know the face.
But you don't know.
Because I feel like once people know, like, you see, like the guy who owns Mandeville.
Yeah.
I feel like, and even Clint who owns Cortez.
Yeah.
Obviously, I know who Clint is anyway, but I feel like even Reese, I can't remember his name. Yeah. I know he played for Man City, but I didn't know what he looked like. Yeah. I think the minute you know the person's face and they start doing weird stuff, it also affects the way you look at the brand.
Yeah, it affects the way you look at
the brand. So I think sometimes if you don't know I think it's more so that way with like black brands as well.
Yeah.
I think when you don't know what the person looks like, but you F with what they're doing, it's completely different.
It's completely different. Yeah.
Right, exactly. Yeah. And obviously naturally, like, you know, black people hold black people to a higher stead than they hold anybody else.
Yeah,
so naturally, it's a thing of you being like, it's not going to take a lot for a man to just be like, man.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. If it was like Hermes or Balmain or Louis Vuitton or any of these other brands, you're not gonna look at it in a way where it's like, oh yeah, well, then because we've seen these big major brands do like blackface and whatever, and man them jump back.
And they get away with it.
But when it's black brands, you hold them to a higher acclaim and a higher record, which means that naturally you've got to be a little bit smarter, strategically with how you do things.
And I think as well, like, once it goes public, you have people like
everyone's got an opinion.
Everyone's got an opinion. You might have people hitting you up like, yo, what's going on? Blah, 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 blah. Like
you might have. It's like damage control, isn't
it? And it's like, for me, I'm a firm believer of there's two ways I was taught, and I think like I don't want to comment on people's upbringing, but the way I was raised, if you have a problem with your brother, even if it's in public,
it's a generational thing.
You defend your brother in public, and then behind closed doors you call him out on his behaviour. Yeah. Or if there's any team dispute, it stays in the changing room and doesn't make it outside of the changing room.
Yeah.
And for me, I feel as if when those boundaries are kind of crossed, it's almost impossible to repair anything, because anytime you're around that person, you're on edge. Mm-hmm. You never feel as if you can be yourself, because you're just thinking, is this person noting things down to use against me out of context? Is this person catching me at my most vulnerable, so that later on in life they can use it against me?
For me, once the trust is gone, that's it for me.
See the way you're even wording that. When people like to me, oh, you don't really open up, do you? I said, no, why? I said, because I don't trust people. They're like, why? Because I believe, because I'm a cynical person. Like, really, I said, listen, I've seen people use information, or people stop talking and use information to attack them. I said, my superpower is knowing people's business and not saying a word.
That's why we spoke about that subject last week, where it was just like, women will give as much details to friends and blah blah, and sometimes that would make it used against them. Mm-hmm. Whereas men, we would ask one or two questions. If you want to let us know, you let us know. Otherwise than that, just keep it cool. Like, ooh.
And I said, even with things like that, it's like, I can stop that. I can know. Gavs can tell me bare stuff here, and then Gavs can tell me bare stuff here, and in me and Gavs telling me bare stuff, we can stop talking because I feel like Gabs did something foul. I'm not going to start moving mad and
world.
start airing out man's business.
Mm.
Jesus Christ, sorry. I'm going to get mad and start airing out man's business, ultimately, because I'm like, bro, at the end of the day, we're not cool. But I shouldn't have to devalue who I am as a person now because he did something bad. I don't have to match, okay, because he did something dark. I have to try. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, like I feel like you got to hold yourself. Like, if you stand on principle, and I think that's what it is. The generation below us, it's a different gen, innit? But if you stand on principle on what is respectful, and what isn't disrespectful, fine. If someone starts doing mangum, because ultimately we're talking about trust here. Yeah. If things go awry and the person doesn't hold the same level of principle that you hold, sometimes you just got to be like, you know what, cool. Charge it. What are you doing?
I always say there's a lot more you can learn from conflict.
Facts.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Because when things all sunshine and everything, it's cool. When one thing goes wrong, the true them comes out.
Well, I said to you about football. When you're doing great, it's a great team. When you're not doing great, manager.
Yeah.
You bring up, you know what I'm trying to say?
This player, that player.
But yeah, when things are going badly, you look in the changing room, like, okay, cool. Things are going badly. Who still wants to play when you're losing?
Mm.
Like, are you adding in the extras? You still have that extra little thing. Like, sometimes I call it like the only time I can say I know it's a sin. Pride in performance.
Yeah.
Like, the team ain't performing well, but I know I'm still playing well. I didn't hide. Like, do you know what I mean?
Exactly, yeah.
You mentioned sin.
Unfortunately, Gabriel isn't in the film because he's a bum. Yeah. So
nothing new.
The film currently is ranked in, I think, 120 million.
I think it's more. Are you talking like domestic or worldwide?
Worldwide.
I think it's more.
It's set to hit 300 mil by the weekend. Globally, known as Sinners, Ryan Coogler's latest
original
story, which obviously has some elements of Dust. It does have elements where it's a
168 worldwide.
Sounds close. It does have some homages to the movie Dust to Dawn and some other stuff.
Yeah.
Showcases the talent of black English Nigerian actress from Manchester, Wumi.
Mm-hmm.
Jack O'Connell, who used to be in Skins as Cook.
Yep.
Haley Steinfeld.
Delroy Linden, who's
from Lewisham. Shout out Lewisham.
Yep.
Gabriel don't want to shout his own ends, bum.
No, shout out Lewisham.
Miles, I can't remember what his name is.
I think it's his first film.
Yeah, he was a backup singer for her. Who's 20 years old, which is amazing. And the one and only Michael B. Jordan, who plays twins. Mark, what's your thoughts on the movie? I know that's a loaded question because there's a lot. It doesn't have to be a long section.
All right, for me personally, I tried to watch it as soon as I could, but I delayed it. But when I finally did watch it, I thought it was excellent. As in the look of it, the feel of it, the whole, like I didn't realize watching the film the importance of the music.
Mm-hmm.
And that film definitely...
The blues.
It definitely states that. But there's so many different layers to the film as well. And that's what I liked. Like, I went back home after watching it and watched a couple of breakdown videos, like bits I may have missed or didn't pick up. I thought it was just excellent. Like, the acting in it, for me, was just incredible. Like, I didn't want to jump on the hype train, but for me, definitely one of my films of the year so far. But the acting... from the young guy, he was great in it. Everyone done their thing. Michael B. Jordan playing twins was great because you definitely, like we said before, you definitely saw the range in his acting,
which people questioned before.
Yeah, I thought he was excellent, but just the way it looked, the way it felt, and I did speak about this before. Even so, if anyone's not watched it yet, but
spoiler alert,
even the music part where it jumps into different genres of music, where blues, different times of music. I think anyone else, it may have come off quite corny for me, but it didn't. It worked very well, and it like the shot of it was just excellent, and I thought it was a great introduction or a different spin on vampires. Like it was. And it was obviously...
family and culture and tradition.
And religion. So it dealt with a lot. So I'm definitely going to rewatch it. And brilliant film, absolutely brilliant film.
I think my takeaway from the movie is the power that black cinema has, and that if and when studios trust black cinema, what can come from it. Ryan Coogler has virtually, before this film, made $2 billion across 5 movies that he's made.
He ain't done no duds.
So then that's what Fruitville, the ones that I've seen is Fruitville, is Black Panther 1 and 2.
Creed.
It's Creed 1 and 2. So you've got, and then obviously he's an executive producer of Creed 3 because it was Michael B. Jordan's directorial debut. There's nothing bad I can say about the movie, yeah. I watched the movie on a Sunday and I took too long to get my ticket, so I had to sit right at the front. So the screen's like literally, just up. And I'll be real, like there's parts where even I was just like, "Wow, this film is rattling." I think my stomach's doing Wonder Man. Haley Steinfeld was exceptional as well.
Yes.
Obviously, I'm used to seeing her in like Disney stuff or seeing her as.
Because I was looking, I was thinking, "Raw, okay, she can."
Some actress, no, she can act. She's been acting since from an age of 11. Like.
Yeah, she was in True Grit.
Yeah, she's been acting for years, and I think watching Michael B. Jordan have a chemistry with Wumi as I think Stack, and then having a relationship with Haley Steinfeld as Smoke, like, and the dichotomy of playing twins and just the 2 different personality switches. I just thought it was borderline exceptional to watch. I look forward to see what more what more them 2 do collectively as a unit, because I just feel like the mind space that Ryan Coogler has in developing projects is amazing. Even when he talks about
I love his interviews.
Yeah, like I think even when he talks about like his,
he is West Coast to a T.
Oh, bro, like he's like homie. But even he said his the guy who helps him out, J.J. Abrams. Oh Lord.
No, it was Christopher Nolan.
It's Christopher Nolan. Thank you.
Yeah, he's his
mentor. So I was like, even that.
That's a big thing.
Right. Yeah. Like Christopher Nolan's.
Do you mean that?
So there's Oppenheimer. That's Oppenheimer. That's
Batman.
Tenet. That's Batman. I think he's got the new movie Odyssey. Like these are like movies where you're looking at them and you're thinking, wow, like these people really.
But the importance as well, like for me with Sinners as well, and like films of that, it brings people to the cinema.
Yeah.
Rather than certain films, you'd be like, yeah, I can wait for that to come on streaming or whatever. Like Sinners, I wanted to watch that in the cinema.
I think, you know what it was? I think the cast of people you want to see, then even when I'm watching certain things, I didn't realise, like, I knew Wumi was in Lovecraft County. Yeah, she's in episodes of... She's in Black Mirror. She's in Black Mirror episodes. She's in Loki. I didn't realise this. I was thinking... And then when I found out she was English, I was like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
She's a Manc. That's what threw me off. I was like, she's actually from Manchester. And I like the fact... I know people talk about this unfair representation. I'm the person that doesn't really give a toss about that thing. But I like the fact of when they did show a black relationship, you didn't show a generic whatever. You showed a black woman with size that, do you know what I mean? It was very different to what we're used to seeing. So for me, I was just happy in that sense of being like, you know what, this is nice to see. Like, but I do look forward to whatever more movies they bring out. Mark. Yeah, we've got a wrap, but I wanted you to pick between
the 2.
Yeah.
All right, let me pick. All right, at your age, what is the perfect gift?
Sleep.
I'm joking.
I would say socks and boxers, but I buy them in clusters anyway, so I can't say anything. Anything technological based that could make my day easier. So like, I bought myself electric cupping machine.
Electric what?
You know, like cupping when you go.
Oh
yeah. Okay. So I've got one and it's heated, and I put it on my leg, and it just helps.
Yeah.
Blood flow and whatever. Like that comes in handy. So anything technological that can help with recovery and things like that, I kind of is great for me. What about you, Gabs?
Pillow.
hate gifts. So it'll be anything. I like
on
when
my pillow. Lay your head down, lay your head down tonight.
I like when people are I like when people hear when I'm talking, when I'm just having like a general conversation.
You're trying to talk women through it.
And oh, this is crazy. and then I mention something, and then someone buys a gift based off what I mentioned, or buys a gift based off something I'm picking up, like a hobby. To be honest, in the past couple of years, I don't really get gifts like that. So when I do get one, I appreciate them. See, that would be good for me. Like, I've had someone do my hair as a gift. That was a good gift. So yeah.
My hair.
But yeah, man, at this stage, I don't. There's nothing in this world that I need like that. I don't. Yeah.
Marcus Jebediah Brown.
I'll say something like a new camera lens or something.
Shit's expensive, man.
Exactly.
I remember being in uni, man, with deets in the camera lens. I said, you man, I'm dark.
Of course.
Or like a filter for my camera or something.
Yeah, that's expensive as well.
No,
for the lens.
No,
the filter.
Filter.
For the lens.
You can get a UV filter or whatever. It's like 20 something pounds.
I know there's like cinema lenses you can get filters for. I know there's like when Tori used to have. Tori had a cinema camera. He had a Black Magic.
In boots.
But
yeah, Tori had a proper serious camera.
Or like, I don't know, like an experience.
Huh? And boots too.
Like an experience gift as well. I don't know, like a venture something, or I don't know. Just like a day out or something.
For me, it's the thought.
Yeah,
it's the thought. When I say to people, I always use this analogy to describe myself to people. Yeah,
give me more money.
The man, them. You want to go Fort Park? Okay, let's go. Yeah, I don't jump on rides, but I'll hold your jackets. Yeah,
jump on rides.
And then when you get off the ride, I can give you your jackets back.
Yo.
For me, I was on the ride with you.
I'm Jamaican, so that term is 10 times funnier. So when I get on the ride, I'm gonna wear a jacket. Do you know what a jacket is? When you have a picnic with someone and it says yours and you find it's not yours, and the picnic is a jacket, like, it's not your picnic. That's why that's funny to me, So when I own next man's picnic, that's why I started laughing.
But I'm in general, I'm the sort of person.
Your jacket is like protection.
I find joy in people around me having.
You know what joy?
So.
You know what joy?
So for me, it's like for me, it's never really about.
I jump for joy.
But you know another thing as well. That's why I can't celebrate birthdays because I don't want to feel like the most important person in the room.
I hear that.
So I don't. That's like for me. I'm a team member in it. Naturally, I lead things because I get elected to or. Naturally, because I have the qualities to lead, I end up doing it.
Speaking about body blue and stuff. This is team member.
You know what?
Taking turns.
This has been episode 229 of the DSP podcast. You can find DSP on all your favourite DSPs. My
Gab's in the queue like,
my personal YouTube. K, get well soon. Hurry up and come back. You can find my Mark, K, and
team member,
and Gab's information in the description below. You can find the TikTok link, the Spotify link with our playlist in there, Mark's photography link in the description below. I've been a Reese, to my left spin. You said team member, that's dark. Behind the camera spin.
Team member.
Right, and we'll be back next week.
Backers.
Love and guidance, peace and blessings. And remember, walk and live.
Talk and run.
Talk and blood, Bumba Clark, must have talk and run. Safe, love and guidance, peace.